welcome back. Thank you for joining me. It is another day in our July Junk Journal Challenge run by Leigh at Leigh's Art and Junk Journal Wonderland, and today we are working on prompt number 16, which is postcard. Now, I was in an op shop this week. Now, op shop, charity shop, thrift store, go by various names, whatever you call them, you've got to love them. Anyway, rummaging around, as I do, and I found a stack of postcards. And I have a feeling that somebody may have had a collection of like advertising postcards, because, for example, this one is Robert Timms, which is a make of coffee. This one, what's this one? This is DNA Clothing, which is a clothing store in Auckland. This one is for a movie. Okay, this is for an advertising competition, an exhibition of carving. So there's all sorts. So there's ones that are advertising exhibitions. So this was an exhibition in 1998 by Patrick Malone. There's, as I say, there's films, there's clothing brands, but they're all sort of advertising postcards, and there were some really cool ones. I don't know what that was advertising. Oh, it's a cinema, it's a movie. Primary Colours, starring John Travolta and Emma Thompson. There you go. Well, we won't say too much about that at the moment, will we? But anyway, so picked up a whole load of these. I actually picked up 2 of these. And I would like to use this today as my postcard. And for the reason that Mr. Jim and I went out on Thursday and we went to a cabaret show. Now, I get very excited about that because we don't get out very much. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you will know that we run a tourist accommodation business, and we're located in quite a remote location. So for a number of reasons, it's quite difficult sometimes for us to get out and go to anything. But it's winter here in New Zealand at the moment, and our business is much quieter in the winter, and so we booked to go and see a show. Oh, and I have to tell you that the theatre is 2 hours drive from where we live, so very exciting. And we went to see a show called Dracula's Sanctuary, and it was a cabaret. A little bit I suppose you could say it was a little bit risque, but just amazing fun, and it was the most amazing show. There was aerial performers, there was all sorts of different music. Yeah, we weren't quite sure what to expect, but absolutely just a really fun evening. And for those of you who live in Australia, you may have visited Australia, you may well have heard of Dracula's. That's located on the Gold Coast, and is it's a permanent sort of dinner and show venue. And the show that we saw is the touring version of that. So I thought that this would be a lovely postcard to remind me of that. And I actually have our tickets here as well. So I want to include those somewhere in the page. So what I'm doing as I'm talking to you is just prepping my pieces. This is going to be a journaling card. As you can see, it's a little bit flimsy. It's on paper. Oh, is that going to work with a pink background? Oh, why not? It'll just add a bit of fun, won't it? I was right. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. So, oh, do you know what? I've just flicked matte gel medium all over my desk. Oh, God. All right, I'll clean up in a minute. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? It's just what happens, you see. Don't get out much. And then I get to a show and I just get all excited. Anyway. Yes, so I thought this would be a nice reminder of the show that we went to see. And great inspiration using this postcard. Now, I may trim that off in a minute when it's dry. I'll see. I'll think about that one. I ought to have a look and see what this postcard was from. Okay, Downstage. That's a theatre here in New Zealand. And it was obviously some bygone year, starring Rima Tawaita. Okay. So it obviously was some kind of show or play, which is apt. So as you will see, what I've done there is I've got my postcard and I've got a piece of backing thin card and I've cut those to the same size. I've got what is going to be my journaling spot, which needs to be a little bit smaller than your postcards. We'll leave the pink. I'm going to stick another one on the other side, actually, just thinking about it, and then we can make it like a double-sided journaling spot. This was another little op shop find. I don't know what it was originally, but they have a little bit of elastic around and are on a, yeah. Anyway, let's put this one on here. So basically what I'm doing today is I'm going to turn this postcard and turn it into a hidden journaling spot. Now, I'm aware the sun has just started to come in here through the window, and that's probably looks quite bright, so I may have to just pull the blind in a moment. We'll see how it goes. Now, this is where you have to be brave. Make sure your two pieces are together firmly in the right place. I'm actually just going to put a clip on each side to try and hold them steady. Now, you can do this in the middle, you can do it to one side, doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to, having said that, I'm going to unclip that. Let's hold them like that instead. I'm going to try and avoid these lips. Let's see if we can get this straight. Right, and I've gone through both of those pieces. So, two pieces like that. What you're now going to do is to take your journaling spot and pop it in here. Pop it into your smaller one, like this. And what you need to do is to make sure, let's move up that way a bit. So what you have to do is to make sure that it is going to sit. Actually, that's probably a better way of doing it. If you put your back down like that, what you need is a clear space all the way around. So, without moving that, I've got a white gel pen. I'm actually just going to put a little mark here because that's not going to be seen, that's going to be covered. And that way I will know where to glue to. In fact, if I go all of the way around, that's going to be so much easier. There we go. Right. Okay, and then you have to glue it all the way around the outside and over the top. So I say this bit's not going to be seen. And you glue your top on here. Oh, now, just before I glue that down, I've got this little bit of net. And I want to just sort of scrunch this and twist it and pop it in there. And you'll see why later on. It's one of those things I forget to do usually. Right, so that's glued nicely. Now, with this other piece, you pop it in the right place so that it matches up. So you're matching the two black pieces up. Just want to put glue round the edge. And then again, being really careful to line, oh, it doesn't go that way, does it? It goes that way. To line your postcard up. And stick it down around the edge. What I'm actually going to do is to bring my little clips back in, just to hold that whilst it dries. And what you will see is that this forms, and I'm going to pull this out and then let it dry, this forms a little journaling spot from your postcard that is hidden. But I'm going to put this to one side so that this dries properly. Just be generous, put a couple more clips on there. Alright, I'm going to pop that to the side so that it dries, and I'm going to have a look and see where I'm going to put this. Now, what I'm going to show you, because I have had some thoughts about this. I had a look through my journal this morning and we're getting a little bit full. But I have this page here, which is part of an old envelope actually. And when I tested the postcard, I'll show you with this one because it's the same size. It pops in here quite nicely. Now, I'm actually going to stick this flap down, I think. I might leave that for a minute. But what I want to do is to decorate this side so that it forms a pocket. I thought I did. Or do I want to decorate this side? No, I think I'll stick with my original. My original idea is that I stick that bit down, but obviously I'm going to leave this edge open. That just gives me a little bit more room to pull the postcard in and out. And I'm going to turn this front into the decorated side with a pocket at the top. So first things first, let's just catch this edge down here without it sticking to the back. So, and then, gosh, my journal's getting a little bit bulky, isn't it? Oh, this might be difficult. And that sun's creeping around and coming further and further over the desk, isn't it? So, there we are. I've got a little tab there. Okay guys, I'm just going to stop the video a minute and I'm going to shut the blind. I hate shutting the sun out, but I know that that's that's better. Now the other thing I've done is flipped some of my pages out of the way, just because this gives me a flatter area to work on. And just close that up because it's got pins in. The other thing I've pulled out from my stash, so I've got my tickets. The other thing I've pulled out some bits and pieces from my scraps drawers. That one I stamped the other day when I was doing the this one, the lace prompt, so that I could potentially use. These are left over from the Creep on June challenge run by Tracy Fox last month. Another bit of sort of lacy. I've also got these, which these I've put through an embossing folder, and I think they're designed to look like raindrops, but in my mind works in funny ways. I always think they look a little bit like blood. But there you go. Probably says something about my mind. Anyway, so I'm going to use some of these bits. I've also found these when I was hunting around for something the other day. They're like little wooden photo frames or stamps. But this one says amazing, and this one's got a pair of lips. So I don't know, we might be able to do something with those as well. I've also got a little bit more net and some lace. I've got some glittery gems. I've also got some black glitter, but I don't know whether I'm brave enough to get that out today. We'll see. I do tend to make a bit of a mess when I use that. Alright, I'm going to have a play. I'll pop some music on, and I'm basically going to create a background on this pocket. I'm going to include my tickets somewhere in there, and then we will come back and I will show you how the postcard works as a hidden journaling spot. So sit back, relax and enjoy. what? That turned out to be quite a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, this is just the background page, really. I got a little bit carried away, but I quite enjoyed myself there. There is a little bit here that is still damp with the matte gel medium, just in an attempt to get all that stuck down. And what you might notice is I only glued these two sides of the little frame. So this actually works as a little tuck spot as well. And of course we have the pocket here. I turned all the little ticket stubs into mini tags, and they've gone in there. Right, so back to the prompt for today that started this all, which was postcard. And this is well and truly dried now, because that's taken me quite a little while to do. So let's undo that. Oh, those clips have left a little mark on there. Never mind. Now I can see a little bit of the black there, so I am just going to, I don't know whether I can trim that off. Maybe. Let's put a little bit of, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how this goes. There we go. So there's our original postcard, and there is a little bit here which needs trimming. Let's not do that over my page. Right, so whilst we've got our postcard together, bit of ubiquitous black ink around the edge, just to give it a bit of a border. And you know I love this postcard, so I'm not actually going to do anything else to it. You could decorate the postcard as well if you wanted to. Now I don't want to ink that strip there, because I don't want to spoil the illusion of the postcard being back together. So let's put that. So this is where we started today. We had a postcard and we've turned it into what in effect is a little hidden journaling spot, and we've got the bit of the surprise here with the pink, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that. I quite like that. It's a bit unexpected, which sometimes cabaret is, isn't it? So that was where we started today, and we've got a little lace loop here. I might actually, got my stapler here still. I am going to put a little staple in there just, oh no I'm not. As you saw, my stapler's got a mind of its own today. Right, we'll give it one more go. If not, I'll do it later. No, I'm going to unbung that later and sort it out. But I am going to put a little staple in there just to make sure that little net pull doesn't pull out. So there we go, guys. We have our hidden journaling spot. And this tucks into our pocket here. There we go. And okay, what has happened is that where I stuck this end of the envelope down, it has stuck to itself. There we go. I was thinking to myself, I know that fitted in there earlier. There we go. So the card goes in like that. And we got a lovely reminder of the show that we went to see. And I've included the little skeleton here. I've used up some bits and pieces again that were left over from the Creep on June project last month, the Dracula. And I put the skeleton in because the show had these most amazing dancing skeletons, black light. I don't know whether you know what that is, but it's where you can only see the things they want you to see that are lit up. Anyway, dancing skeletons. It was hilarious. Really good. So there we go. Lovely reminder of the show we've been to see, and we've used our prompt of postcard to create a lovely hidden journaling spot here on a cabaret postcard. So there we go. What I haven't done yet is to put our little prompt on here somewhere for the day. So let's just do that before we finish up. Because if I look back in a few months or a year or whatever, I will go, what on earth was the prompt for that? I'll remember what the show was, but I won't remember what the prompt was. So we might put that down here, just over that little bar tag. Bar tag? Bar, what do you call them? Barcode. Oh, look, and I've left my glue open and it's bunged up. There we go. Let's pop that down there. All right, folks, that's me for today. As I say, didn't intend for it to be that complex, but anyway, I love it. Hope it's hope the postcard bit's been inspiring for you. If you are anywhere and the Dracula show comes, I know that they do tour Australia and New Zealand. Do go see it. Absolutely fabulous. Don't take your mother. Don't take your kids. Go and have a good night. For now, thank you for watching, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Ka kite anō.